All right, beauties, this is our OOTD. I feel like I haven't done an OOTD in quite some time, but we are wearing for a bag today our Chloe Paddington bag. She's an oldie, she's a goodie. We have on our Aqua Zora sandals that I pulled out last week's video. Hadn't worn those in some years, and I'm so glad that I pulled them out while it was still warm outside because they're amazing and they literally go with everything. We have on a denim cropped top from the Amazon. I keep telling y'all I want to pick this up in a few more colors, but it's like, do you really need one more? I kind of think I do. Haven't decided yet. But we've been wearing this top, which I kind of refer to as like a vest a lot of the times because doesn't it remind you of a vest? Like it's been the perfect top too for this summer because it's been so humid. So you're like covered, but you still got a little bit of midriff showing. And then we threw it on with our Zara plaid balloon pants. Now we picked these pants up in the Zara in London last summer. And this is the OOTD. So she's comfortable, easy, breezy. What can I say? Let's get into the video. Hello beauties, I'm Gigi and this is Gigi's Flavor of Life, and here I share my unique style to help you discover yours. Now, welcome into the closet to all the new beauties, and of course, hey girl, hey, to all of my returning beauties. Thank you all so much for stopping by the closet this week. Now, I haven't done a monthly roundup video like this in quite some time, and I had a few things from the month of July that I really wanted to share with you guys, some of the things that were my favorites. So we got a little bit of fashion, we have a little bit of health, we have a little bit of beauty, we have a little recipe because I have been on a health journey and trying to get myself back into shape since I messed up my back. And what else we got? We have what I am reading or what I have already read that I really, really love that I would like to share with you guys. Y'all know how I do. So let's get into the very first fashion item. The very first fashion item that I want to share with you that has been one of my favorites from July. You saw this top in the OOTD. I have her on right now. It is this denim sleeveless cropped pocketed shirt that I got from the Amazon. Now, I didn't know how much I was going to love this shirt when I got it. I believe I purchased it sometime last summer, or like towards the end of the summer, I believe. And this shirt is just so comfortable. I always refer to it as like, it reminds me of a vest, even though it's really not a vest. It's definitely a denim button up, but it is so comfortable. I believe I am wearing a medium. And wait a minute, let me check to see what size I ordered, guys. I believe I ordered a medium. Let me look on Amazon. Hold on. Yep, I ordered a medium. So I ordered a medium and it fits me perfect. I washed it a million times. It washes up very, very well. Now I keep saying I'm a double back and pick this shirt up in like, I'll pop it up here in like this lavender color, which I love. But they also have a ton of other colors. They have red. There's a beautiful purple. Of course they have white. I would love to have the white, but again, I'm always like, girl, do you need another one? You know how we always say, like, if we love it, buy it in another color. But I'm so tempted to get another one of these because I truly do love this top. Now, beauties, the next fashion item is not going to be any surprise to anyone. It is going to be the favorite daughter mustard yellow mesh Mary Janes. Now, I did a whole video on these. I'm going to link them below. And I just love these little mesh shoes. You know, I had the other ones from Amazon in the red, and those are also a favorite of mine. I picked these up from Nordstrom. Of course, I will link the video where I styled these. I'll link it up in the cards, and I'll link it down in the description box as well. These are super comfortable. They're a little bit different than the Amazon shoes where the cut is a little different, as you can see. The toe is a little squared and the toe box is a little more narrow and it comes up a little bit, there's less toe cleavage here. But I love these. They're super comfortable. They never did go on sale, guys. I don't know what to tell you, child. They didn't go on sale, but if you love them, then I suggest you grab them. I'm looking on the Nordstrom website right now. They're not even on the anniversary sale. Like, none of the colors are. They came in black, they came in brown, of course the mustard yellow, and they have a white. I still need a white shoe, guys. But like I said, they never went on sale. But they are definitely worth it. They're very good quality and they are very comfortable. I am wearing a size, what size am I wearing, y'all? I think I'm wearing a 9.5. I'm wearing a 9.5. So that is pretty much in flats or like a sandal type of shoe. I tend to size up a half a size. So I'm wearing a 9.5 in those. And if you love them, grab them. They have all of the sizes in the white. They have most of the sizes in the yellow. And it looks like the black is all sold out. In the brown, they just have a few sizes as well. But I'll have them linked below because that was definitely one of my favorites of July. Now, I don't want to hold y'all for too long, so I only picked 3 favorites of July. Of course, y'all know I had many, many more favorites of July, but I don't want to hold y'all here for too long. So my last and final fashion favorite of July is going to be, I don't know if it, can I call it a favorite because I did pick them up a little late in July and started wearing them late in July. Literally like the last week of July. It's going to be the Uniqlo Cotton Culottes. Child, those pants are everything. Again, if you are hanging around here, you would have seen me style them up last week. They're super comfortable, like, and they're 100% cotton. And you can also style them up. You can style them down. Of course, I'll have the video linked above in the cards. And down below in the description box, I'll pop up some of the footage of how I actually styled them, 1 or 2 looks. And it is a great buy. I got the brown ones. They can carry you into fall. I definitely plan on doubling back and getting, I don't know, y'all. I might actually pick up the khaki color and the black. Like, I don't know. I'm wearing a size small for reference. I am 5'7" and I weigh about 128 pounds at this point, at this particular moment. So in the styling of the video that you're actually in the cutouts that you see, and in the actual video, I'm about 128 pounds. So just for reference, I am a little tall. So like I said, I'm 5'7.5". Let me get my half. And but I love these pants. Even though I only wore them for like the last week of July, they are definitely one of my favorites. Like I was saying in that video, I wanted those pants when I originally saw them, when they put them out for the spring stuff in Uniqlo, but they sold out. And when I went to get them again off the website, they didn't have them. But I was in the store recently and I picked them up. So glad that I was able to grab them. So they are definitely a July favorite. Now, beauties, what should we do? I guess we're going to do a little bit of health next because, like I was telling you guys, I have been, since I hurt my back, I couldn't do anything. Like, once I finally got my back together, I decided that I was going to go back to the gym. I was going to lose the weight that I had gained when I was so sedentary because I couldn't exercise. And so I've been on a bit of a health kick, trying to make sure that I am eating the right things and getting a little bit of weight off of me that I gained. And I've been making sure I've been taking the proper supplements. So I wanted to tell you guys about liquid vitamins. Like, I feel like we all struggle. I mean, if you're a woman of, I'm almost 50 years old. So you need to really start thinking about taking different supplements if you're not already taking them for your proper sleep health and skin health. And do you get enough vitamin D? Are you always cold like I am? Are you getting enough iron? Yada, 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 all of the things. But what I have discovered are liquid vitamins. I mean, the 2 vitamins that I do take that are in liquid form, and I purchased these off of Amazon. This one you can also get from Walmart. The brand is, this is my vitamin D K2, and the brand is Guru Nanda. You just do 2 drops of these. I do 2. I think you're only supposed to do 1 though, but I do 2. What's the suggested serving size say? I think you're only supposed to do 1 drop, but nevertheless, I do 2. You just put them right under your tongue and you let it sit and pretty much absorb and swallow the rest, and then you finish it with water. And then I do my glucosamine and chondroitin drops, which is also for joint health. If you don't already know, my knees are jacked up as well, so you definitely need to be taking some type of joint supplement if you're getting older. We're all getting older, but these are amazing. And like I said, I get both of them off of Amazon. You can get this one off of Walmart, but not just these 2 vitamins, just any type of a liquid vitamin in general. For me, I just find that they are easier to digest. They're easier on your stomach as far as certain types of pill form of vitamins. So just wanted to let y'all know, girl, I've been taking my vitamins in a liquid form if I can, and it's been easier on my stomach, easier for me to take. And you can drop these in your water, you can drop these in your juice, and keep it moving. So my 2 health items. In the same category of health, like I was saying, guys, I have been really making sure that I am eating right for the past, I think like since April. I've been really on like a really strict kick with like the things that I'm ingesting and how much and so on and so forth. And I've been really trying to eat really clean. And in the mix of all of that, I always took creatine, but I'm seriously like sticking to a routine these days. And I found this brand called Promix, and it is a very clean brand. Their supplements have very few ingredients. So I have been taking their creatine, and literally the ingredient is creatine. That is it. So you know how sometimes you get some supplements and they just have a ton of everything in them. So I love these because this particular time I got the whole giant bag. When I first purchased these, I got the individual packets, and I'll pop up a picture of what that looks like because they're so much easier to travel with. But what I will say about this creatine in particular is it doesn't have a gritty taste. It doesn't have any flavor, and it dissolves very easily into, I typically will put it into like my my juice, which I have a recipe for you later on in the video, or I'll just throw it into like a club soda and drink that down in the morning time. So I love that from them. And like I said, I do love the individual packets because they're super easy to just take with you in case you're traveling, or in case you just, you know, what if you forget, you don't have time to take it, or you'd like to take it later on in the day and you're not going to be at home. So that I do love. And then I take their protein supplement as well. Now, I can't do dairy. I do a little bit of dairy, but it tends to be lactose free because I just can't do dairy. And not to mention, I don't like to do too much dairy because I feel like it's not good for my skin. I feel like it, as women, I feel like it breaks us out. So I really don't eat a lot of dairy. I will have like a little bit of cottage cheese for protein's sake, but that's it. But I found this vegan protein from the same brand, Promix, and it has like a smidgen of ingredients. And if you don't know, the lesser ingredients that things have, the cleaner and like the better off it is for you. So it has organic Canadian yellow pea protein, organic vanilla extractives, monk fruit, and vitamin B12. And that's literally all it has in it. It doesn't taste overly sweet. This is the French vanilla protein, vegan protein. And it's not like overly sweet. You know how some protein powders can have that like artificially taste, which I always start out like, oh, I'm gonna do my protein shakes. Oh, I love them. Oh, they taste so good. But after a while, for me, that artificially taste, it really just sends me, it starts to give me the ick, and I don't want to take the protein anymore. So then I end up like falling off or trying to figure out a different protein, and then I'm switching my proteins and so on and so forth. So this is how many grams of protein? You have to do 2 scoops. You have to do 2 scoops of this, and 2 scoops is 25 grams of protein. I will say that this does mix in very well. It doesn't have a chalky taste, and like I said, it's not overly like that artificially sweetened taste either. And if I didn't mention, the creatine is 5 grams per 1 scoop. So those are my health items, beauty, that I have been obsessing over for July. I must say I love them. I think that they will all stay in rotation as far as my health is concerned for a very long time. Now, if y'all can hear the rain outside, it is pouring. It just started. It turned into like a monsoon outside all of a sudden. So if you hear any raining or thundering and lightning, that is what is happening in my background. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it or not, but moving along nicely, we're going to get into a little bit of beauty. And for the month of July, I don't typically fool around with like what I'm doing with my hair. The products that I use are the products that I use, but we got a little bit of a new friend has entered the chat. Now, I had a girlfriend, Angie, who told my other girlfriend, Wendy, hey y'all, who told me about the Doux Dear Mama. Now, this is a moisture milk hydrant. It's a leave-in conditioner. It detangles. It's for daily moisture, and it promotes anti-breakage. And it says that it's for all curl types. So that is what that looks like. Now, I switched this out for my other leave-in conditioner, which I believe is the Miss Jessie's. Is either Miss Jessie's or Miss Jessie's leave-in conditioner that I have been using faithfully for. Is it Miss Jessie's or is it Miss Aunt Jackie's? I don't know which one it is, y'all. It's either Miss Jessie. No, it's Aunt Jackie's. It's Aunt Jackie's leave-in conditioner that I have been religiously using for an extremely long time, which I do love. But I was like, you know what, Gigi? There's other things out there. Just see if you like this. But I tried this. Y'all. And now I'm not a stranger to the Doux. I know all about the Doux. She's a Black-owned brand because I have also been using, and I have used in the past, the Doux Mousse Def. Now, I've always used this. But the combination of Dear Mama and Mousse Def, y'all, new level unlocked. I love these 2 products together. Like, I love them. And it made my routine of my wash and go like super simple. My hair dried in almost half the time that it would normally take me to dry my hair. And my curls came out super beautiful. Like, look. Now, mind you, this is all week long here. So this is the end of my week. And I do like my hair when it gets like old. I'm not a fan of like the newer, like when you first wash your hair and how it looks. I like it when it gets old and like sort of frizzy and sort of beat up looking. But so we have these 2 products, and then an oldie but a goodie is my Cantu Comeback Next Day Curl Revitalizer. I've told you guys about this one before in previous videos, but to refresh my wash and go, I did these 2. And then when I needed to refresh, I did a little bit of Dear Mama and I did a little bit of the Cantu Refresher Spray. But this trio together, y'all, one of my favorites for well, 3 of my favorites for July. So if you are looking for a great leave-in that is very light and moisturizing, and it has a really good scent, y'all. Let me see. I don't even know what to equate the scent to, but it smells almost candy-like, but then floral-like at the same time. If that makes any sense, I don't know, y'all. But let me see what some of the ingredients are. What's good? It says aloe stem cell extract, pineapple extract, and pea extract. But child, this right here is so good. So good, so good, so good. And all 3 of them together are so good. The next thing I want to try in the Doux line is some of their shampoos, because I have been using the same shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner for quite some time. And that is one from Shea Moisture, which I do love. So these 3 are my beauty favorites of July. All right, beauties. Now let's get into a little bit of what I have been reading for the month of July. Now, I read a lot of things over the last few months. In July too, I feel like I was very ravenous with my reading. As you know, I always have an audiobook going. I always have something on my Kindle, and I always have something that is, or like a tangible book in hand that I am actually reading all at once. When I get sick of one thing, I move on to the next. Or if they're all so captivating, I just have them all going all at once. So this particular book I read on audio, and I discovered it because my boyfriend was listening to it and we were driving in the car, and the story started going, and I was like, oh, well, wait a minute now. So the book is called Mrs. Wiggins by best-selling author Mary Monroe. Now, I had never heard of this woman or any of her series until I had started listening to it in the car with my boyfriend. And I'll just read a little bit of the summary for you. Now, I don't want to give a lot of it away because I also want you to read it if you're looking for something really good to read, because it's good. It's good. It really is. So, the daughter of a prostitute mother and an alcoholic father, Maggie Franklin, who is Mrs. Wiggins, knew her only way out was to marry someone upstanding and church-going. Someone like Hubert Wiggins, the most eligible bachelor in Lexington, Alabama. Now, this story takes place in like the 1930s during the time of the Depression. And this woman is just really trying to have a respectable life. And her and Hubert, they've known each other since childhood. They grew up together. They went to school together. They were sort of like best friends. Now, Hubert has his own separate issues. I'll leave that up to you to discover in the book. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give too much away. So they're friends in childhood. They decide to get married, and there are a lot of reasons why they decide to get married. None of the traditional reasons why they decide to get married, without me saying, that something is up with their marriage, without telling you what's going on. But they get married and then they have a child. Now, in the ways of which they have this child is a little diabolical, I must say, in which they decide to plot and skim and scam and scheme to have this child. But they are both just trying to survive in these 1930 streets of the Depression era. So they decide to have this child. They are successful at conceiving this child in this unorthodox way. And that baby is like the light of their life. He becomes 21 years old. He starts dating this woman who is an unsavory woman. They just want this woman to be as far away from their family as they possibly can. Now, Maggie she got a lot of stuff going on. The husband, Hubert, got a lot of stuff going on. And so, like I said, the son, he gets involved with this woman, and Maggie just decides, oh, this woman gotta go. She's gotta go. She's wreaking havoc on my son's life, my baby. And child, she gets rid of the woman. Now, I will not tell you in the ways of which she gets rid of this woman, but I'll leave that up to you. But it is a series of books. And let me just tell you, you are not ready for the ways in which this woman, Maggie, has decided that she is going to keep her family together and a respectable family in the 1930s Depression era. So if you are looking for a good read with a lot of unexpected sort of twists and turns from this church-going, respectable family, then please check out Mrs. Wiggins by Mary Monroe. Now, beauties, last but not least, you know I'm gonna give you a little recipe. Now, I really haven't been cooking. I've been cooking, but not like, I feel like my meals have been a little bit boring because I have been doing a lot of food prep. And so I've been watching my calories and counting my calories and measuring my calories and all of the things. So all of my meals have been kind of like the same over the last few months or so. But I did want to share my shake recipe with you guys because I love the shakes that I have been making. Again, like I said, I have been mixing in the Promix vegan protein, and I have been putting in a little bit of the creatine as well. But the mix of my shake, y'all, it has been a little bit of dino kale, a little bit of spinach, some blueberries, cucumber, pineapple, a little bit of bananas every now and then, because me and bananas, a girl, I don't really like bananas that much, but a couple of little drops in there every now and then, a few chunks in there every now and then, just to switch it up. I don't mind. A whole banana, a half a banana, no. Maybe like a quarter of a quarter, yes, for me. Okay. I've been putting a little bit of cinnamon in my shakes, as well as I have been using the Fairlife milk, which gives you a little bit of extra protein. And I believe a cup of the Fairlife lactose-free milk, of course, girl, because you know I can't do dairy. I believe it's 13 grams of protein, if I'm not mistaken. I'll pop up the nutrition up on the screen. And I've been using them in my Beast blender. I have like the mini version of the Beast blender, which is amazing for making shakes. She is that girl. I'll have her link down below, because if you're looking for a really good blender to make your shakes and like super easy to clean out, and you don't have like this huge contraption on your counter, oh my God, you need this blender. You definitely need this blender. So that has been my go-to shake of choice. That's going to be my recipe for the month of July that I have one at every single day for the most part for the last month or so. Some variation of that shake. And that's it. That's all, beauties. That is my recipe for July. Those are my July favorites. And that's it. That's all. All right, beauties, that is it. That is all. Those are my July favorites. Please let me know what some of your favorites for July were or are, the things that you have in rotation, even still right now. I'm interested. I want to know because I'm nosy, and it might be something that I would like to try, or any of us would like to try here in the closet. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video with your girlfriends. Hit the hype button if you so choose, to let YouTube know that you love it around here. And I guess I'll see you beauties in next week's video. Next week, I thought we were going to be back on the rack this week, but I was like, you know what? Let me do my favorites. So here we are in the favorites. But I think I'm going to be getting back on the rack next week for sure, unless something else comes up. But in any case, I love you, beauties. Thank you for stopping by the closet this week, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye.